All right, per usual, we got a million things going on here. What are we doing here? The problem I'm facing is that within the boat, I need to laminate Coosa board against the transom and then the sides. And so I got to make some transom clamps, right? And so I have a couple different pieces of 3/4 inch plywood. And I've already drawn out the sections I need to cut out, right? Because the idea is that I'm going to cut out the section, and this is where I'm going to use to sandwich those the Coosa board and the boat portions of the boat together. But I need to first cut that out. Then I'm going to put a 2x3 here with the holes in it, right? In those holes, I'm going to put a bolt with a T-nut on this side. And so you can take that bolt and screw that bolt, which will push it this way, and then you'll end up sandwiching your material on this side, right? And so I need the length of this clamp, right? Especially these ones, because I'll show you right now what I'm talking about, because we are in our little shelter here. Hey, what's up, boat? So I need to make I gotta strengthen the transom because we're putting on a 60 horsepower motor on there. So we need some additional meat to our transom. So the other thing too is that it's gonna reach. So I'm gonna raise the size of the boat, raise a freeboard by 12 inches, which is pretty significant, right? So we're probably talking around there. So I need from here all the way down here to be able to clamp, right? Because we want good adhesion, right? And then also from the sides, I'm gonna be putting 1/4 inch Coosa board, where if you see that little lip right there, that little bump out the side where I have my finger, I'm thinking I could take that 1/4 inch Coosa, put it up against that portion there, and then raise it up 12 inches. And again, but we're gonna have to clamp it right here on that bottom portion, right, along the entire side. So we'll do it in sections, obviously, but that is the idea behind the transom clamps, which I just don't have anything that will be able to do that. So when you don't have it, let's go make it. So I will come back once we cut this stuff out, because we're going to be working with some circular saws, some jigsaws, and some screwdriver, some impact drivers, and the whole bit here. So I'm making 6 of them, this one being the smallest, and then we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I will come back once we're a little bit further here. All right, as a check-in here, so what I'm finding is that when I'm doing the circular saw, so that's about a 5-inch width right there. That's all I really need. I have 36 inches up until that little point right there. All right, and then I use the compass to just trace out whatever that arch was. But what I'm finding is that with the circular saw, just to do the straight lines makes it a little bit easier for me, a little bit quicker, but easy setup. I just have this is a 4-foot ruler here, aluminum ruler. If I run it along that line and run the circular saw, it does a pretty quick job of cutting a nice straight line right where I need it to. And then I just shift this over, quickly clamp it, and then run that other line. But so this is 3/4 inch, and what I'm finding is that it makes it a little bit tough where for my blades that have the thinner ones that you should be able to turn with, it makes it a little bit tougher because it kind of jumps out because the material is just a touch too thick. At least that's what I was finding. It bent one of my blades doing it. So I'm using one that's a little bit wider, the blade, and so I'm having to make like a bunch of cuts in here and then slowly work it around to get that little arch there. So just a little food for thought. But yeah, if there's better ways in which I could do it, definitely add in the comments. But I'm plunging my circular saw down to get at least a square section off, and then I'm doing a bunch of little cuts here, which I'll show in a second. All right, so I just ran the line, right? Just ran the circular saw down, and then did my little plunge cut. So I'm just going to use the jigsaw to just knock off those corners, right? And then I'll cut a bunch of lines into the wood here, so allows me just at least to cut the material off quick, going around, and then without torquing the blade too much. And then I could just do a one final pass to clean it up. So let's go do that. All right, next phase. All right, so I'm gonna say probably one too many. Just went a little too happy there. But yeah, so now I'm going to trim those off, and then I'll do one clean pass to finish it up. Alright, so now if we see, I've cut all those little chunks out, and then we'll just take one clean pass, clean that up, and I think we'll be good for this one. Alright, so now if we look, you can see that we cleaned it up a little bit. I mean, not perfect, but we are not letting perfect get in the way of good enough here, because these are just transom clamps. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, let's keep going. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then got 2 more over there, and then we're gonna start doing some other stuff to them too, so stay tuned. All right, so we're getting a little help out here by Miss Bella, who's making sure that the job's moving smoothly, and she's getting distracted. She's not focusing. But so what we have here is that I'm just drilling holes. What's gonna happen with these is that this is where the T-nuts are gonna go, the bolts, and so I'll be able to move the T-nuts around depending on the areas in which I'm clamping these down. So on one side I'm going to have each side I'm going to put every 2 inches, which is probably way too much. This is like a ton of holes that I'm drilling, and then I'm going to offset it on the what's going to go on the other side. So we're going to have one on this side, and then you're going to have another piece of wood on the other side, and so together I'll be able to stagger the bolts, and I could switch them around, put them wherever I want to, depending on what I'm clamping down here. So that's where we're at, and we will keep on going here. All right, we are getting there. So this is the first one that I keep saying we and everything, it's always me. So I have put the T-nuts in, right? So for those who are not familiar with the T-nut, right, it's just got some prongs on it, and then it's threaded, right? And so the idea is these are 5/16 bolts. I think they're either 5 or 6 inches long, and then I'm pretty sure they're 5. And then so what you do is you take that T-nut, you jam in it with a hammer, right, and then you just thread the bolt. And so the idea is that as you screw it, you can see that it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and starts closing that gap, right? So once you sandwich your put this in, say, between the transom and then whatever material, the Coosa, and you can turn your bolt here, and eventually it's gonna hit the Coosa board, right? Because the transom will be on this side, Coosa will be here, and it'll just start pushing on that Coosa board, right? And the other thing is why I have so many darn holes in this thing. So because I'm going to use this multiple times, and I'm not sure where I'm going to need the bolts. So in the case I need to swap them, what you do is you can just put your bolt in there, you hammer it out, right? Pop that T-nut out, put it somewhere else, and then you should be rocking and rolling. So that is the idea. So we have 1 done, 5 more to go. So with that said, we will keep on keeping on. So we have 1 done, and we have 5 more to go. So we're gonna keep moving here, and we'll get this thing done today, or all of these done today. Sweet. All right, so we are done. Here is the mess I made. So I got to clean this up. Use the little blower there to blow some of the stuff over there. Started putting some of the tools away because I was going through some series batteries, drilling all those holes between, and I had to use a step-up drill just to kind of start it because I was going right to a 3/8, which wasn't working. So I had to switch back and forth, but I went through all 3 batteries, had to charge this one, and then I swapped back and forth, and I literally got the last screw in before that battery died. So, but here is the end result. We have our transom clamps of some various different lengths and sizes, but I think we'll be all right here. So each one has bolts, right? Each one has 4 bolts. And what I'm going to do is probably right before I start to put the Coosa board on, I'm going to swap these out, or I'm going to use probably different holes depending. And that's so we're going to do the transom first, but then I think what I'm going to have to do as I'm thinking through this boat is for the sides, because I'm going to use 1/4 inch Coosa, I'm going to need to trim some of those. I'm going to probably have to make them smaller because there's only about 5 inches to grab onto, which is not a lot. So I think what I'm going to need to do is not make them so top heavy. I'm probably going to have to cut them at some point, but that is going to be after the fact. So yeah, here we go. This is 6 transom clamps ready to go. Clean up the mess, and then we'll get going here. So any comments, if anybody has anything that they have any questions, or anything that I could do better here, let me know if I didn't need to drill all those holes. And yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and subscribe. I'm going to try to produce, or at least get some of this project done every single week, so I'll be posting that so you can track the progress and let me know where I'm going wrong, and hopefully give me some encouragement to keep going, because I know this thing's going to take forever. But I do appreciate everybody, and hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye everybody.